Live
What's
on
up,
my
SQ's
Facebook page.
Facebook? This is your girl, Miss Ivy Boss. I thought it was gonna be like a count in or something
Well,
like that.
I'm mad that you just done introduced my show like that. You just done, hello, this is
I didn't even know we was just on. Like, I thought you were gonna press a button. You was gonna give me a countdown. I was gonna be able to.
You know what? Actually, they could hear you like 2 minutes ago. When you asked me, could they hear me?
Yeah.
And you was like, oh, you just testing? I was lying. It was live. But I knew if I would have told you,
I would have been fine with it. I ain't scared.
I just want to make sure we're in the middle. See,
Are we?
I usually.
Because I wanted to sit down. I didn't want to stand up.
I just want to make sure. Oh, we good. We good.
Yes, we're good.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Keep 100. You ready?
We're going to keep it my 100, not your 100, SQ. You already know what it is.
I got you. So anyway, welcome everybody to Dollars Making Sense. It's on the road edition.
Yes.
I'm here live at the
Millennial
Mixer. I'm going to be going around and I'm going to show y'all what they got going on. It's a lot of people here, a lot of different businesses, and I'm going to make sure that I get interviews with some of everybody. But right now we are here with the event host.
Yes.
Miss Ivy Box. So tell us what this is, where it came from.
Well, this is the Millennial Mixer, and it's a mixer that we utilize to bring young professionals, socialites, entrepreneurs. We just allow them a platform to showcase their business, their project, whatever they have going on. And it's also a way to kind of highlight 5508. 5508.
What is 5508?
I was just going to answer
that.
that.
Question. What is 5508? Well, tell them where we are and what this is.
We're here at THAP 5508. Well, THAP's 5508. THAP is the Tampa Hillsborough Action Plan.
Okay.
And they have the only actually black-owned co-working and collaboration space. So they have different businesses that have, they call them collaborators, that have businesses here because they offer affordable locations,
office
venues,
locations.
Yeah, office locations. Venues, they have barbershops, a coffee shop, they have a restaurant here, they have a bunch of stuff here. And so they have a co-working space. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a small business owner and you don't really have an office space, then you can utilize their space.
Okay, what are some
like
of...
like when people go to Starbucks or Oxford Exchange, which is really nice, by the way. That's a beautiful place.
You can have your own actual private personal office space.
Yes.
Give us an idea of like what it costs if you had to...
Well, y'all can call 5508, you know. I just host the Millennial Mixer here. It's not a bad price. I think it's THAP, THAP5508.com, or just Google THAP or 5508, and they also have a Facebook page.
Yeah, but I've heard you can get like office space from like $175 a month. I heard it's not.
Really cheap. It depends on what you have. If you want to get just an office space, but some people have like a full-on business. Like there's a fashion store here.
We're going to go talk to him soon. One of them. Good friend of mine. We're going to talk to him soon.
Yeah, there's a jazzy table over there too. He said you want to buy a suit, and I'm not even a guy.
Hopefully he don't make me pay for it.
Exactly.
So what spawned this idea? What made you want to do this?
Well, actually, the former CEO, Ms. Jeanette Bradley, her and I was speaking one day, and we were just trying to find different ways to make like young people more familiar with this area because it's East Tampa, but a lot of people, they'll drive by here and you wouldn't even know this place existed.
It's true. It's right off of Hillsborough and 50th Street.
Yeah,
so
not too far from the casino if you're from Tampa. And so we kind of just came up with this idea. I know there's some friends of mine, Dave Melhado and Carrie, KJ, that do a millennial type event in Atlanta. And I've been telling them about this place, and then we kind of decided to like kind of take a little bit of what they were doing in Atlanta and mix it here and just invite as many young professionals as possible. And the vending tables here are free.
Okay.
So we allow small businesses or individuals, they don't even have to have their own business. Like Suncoast was here the other day, Northwestern Mutual is here today. So they just get a booth or get a table. The table's free, and people just come out here for free, and they just patronize them.
Yeah, so it's a free event. You come, show your business, promote your business, and meet people and networking.
Do a live, Facebook stream.
This is a show.
The first time.
This is a show. Don't think about it as a show.
No, this is we're on location with SQ Show.
That's
he like that.
Dollar making sense. I mean, what else? Dollar making sense. Sitting here making sense of the world. So, congratulations on this event. This is wonderful. But I know that there's
a good picture moment too. I need to get.
we gonna take some pictures. Hold up. Let me see. I got a cell phone here. We can go ahead and make sure we get
that crowd
pictures of the crowd shot.
Yeah,
I would show y'all the crowd shot in a couple seconds. Bang.
There you go. You'll
Bang.
see that too.
I showed him the crowd shot in a second. But I hear there are more congratulations in order. You finally finished a very, very important project, and there's a new title going to the end of your name. It's Miss
yes.
Ivy Box, the author. Speaking of authors.
Yeah, you know, got following your footsteps.
No,
I had the idea before he did. He just completed it before I did.
So tell us about this book.
Well, this book is my very first book that I wrote. Yes, I wrote it.
She wrote it.
Yes.
No ghostwriter.
I pride myself in that. I do have an editor though, so it's in the editing process. But I wrote the book, every word. Okay. But yeah, it's called the 365 Go Get Hers Guide. What you want, when you want it, how to get it, make it happen. And it's a self-help book. And HER stands for happiness, education, respect, success. I know, right? It's trademarked.
Oh yeah, so don't be copying it. It's trademarked already. Okay, I'm with you on that. Where did that come from? What made you want to do that? Where'd you get the idea? Go get hers, because I think that's something that's going to resonate, especially with this women push, new feminism movement that I'm seeing nowadays.
It's an old feminism, but you know we've been bringing it out to the forefront. But it's been around, just kind of simmering. You know, it has its. Well, anyway. But no, actually, it was a concept that I had like a while ago, like almost 10 years ago, like around 2007, 2008. You know me, I'm a hustler. So I was doing my thing.
And a procrastinator, apparently.
You know what? We're not going to do it.
You said 10 years.
We're going to respect.
Anyway.
We're going to get to the 10-year thing. So I felt like back then I was at like the height of my career. I was quote unquote hustling. I was a go-getter, you know, a go-getter. So I always thought that would be a good title if I did a book. And originally the book was going to be about, you know, like being a boss and doing all this stuff and like, because I was at the height. And then throughout the years, just kind of going through like trials and tribulations, career changes, you know, I didn't feel like a go-getter anymore, despite, you know, what people might think, because, you know, my social media is popping. So it's always, even when I think I'm down, I'm doing, you know, I'm up.
Yeah.
But to me, I wasn't at the level where I wanted
You
to be.
weren't, you didn't see yourself
to my standard.
doing to your standards. Yes.
And so, like, I didn't feel like I was a go-getter, so I couldn't write the book.
You felt stagnant.
Yeah, and so I couldn't write the book. I was like, what am I going to write about? What am I going to tell these people? You know, you can't be lying or something like that. You got to be truthful. It got to be real. It got to come from you. And I just really think, in retrospect, it wasn't time. You know, because I had a lot of...
Timing is important. Timing is very important.
I had a lot of people. I have friends that sell a lot of books, and they are ghostwriters. I could have easily got them to write the book for me. He actually did a whole index and stuff for me, too. Like we were really going to do it, but I was like, no, I want to write the book. I want it to come from me. I want it to be, you know, something that when I speak to people about it, I can say it's from my true experiences and stuff like that. So just throughout the years, almost 10 years, you know, I was researching. I was reading all of these self-help books.
Work. You putting in the work.
Putting in the work.
And
I didn't realize I was putting in my 10,000 hours. I think that's from Outliers. I was putting in my 10,000
hours.
Yes, and so I did all this stuff, and I started like picking myself up career-wise. I was picking myself up mentally, physically, spiritually. And then now I felt like this was the time because I was working at a job. My contract with them ended, so I had like this 30-day like time frame, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna write this book, and it didn't take me 30 days. It took me 10. So it took 10 years to conceptualize and like to really kick myself to do it, and only less than 10 days to write that bad boy. See how God work, y'all?
Oh, this is gonna put it on God.
We're gonna put it on
Look
God.
at God.
We're gonna put it on God.
Won't he do it?
And he did it. He did it.
So the book is complete now. What should people expect to extract from the book?
From the book, find out what you want, when you want, and how to get it, make it happen. But no,
She been practicing that line, y'all. She said
I've been saying it for a while.
She said it to herself in the mirror every night.
I told y'all it's been conceptualized for like 10 years now. You don't think I got this down? I always had the title. I even had like a mock-up cover like since like 2010. Like, no, I was serious. But it just wasn't happening.
Wasn't ready.
Yeah, but what was we talking about? What were we saying? You know, I was in my zone. You know what I mean? What can you expect? So
yeah, what do you want the readers to get from your book? The readers,
I want them to get, you know, just to be self-empowered, just to be empowered, just to know that a go-getter isn't somebody like how I thought in the beginning was somebody that had to be at the top of their game. You could be a mother, you could be a wife, you can be Jay-Z. I mean, not Jay-Z.
I was gonna say, I know it's go get hers now, right?
You can't be
go get hers.
You can be Beyonce. You don't have to be Beyonce. You can be Beyonce to be a go get hers, or you can be like a regular Joe Schmo, Schmolette, Josette.
Josephina. Maybe. Something like that.
You can be a regular Josetta.
A regular girl. This is a regular girl. You can be a regular girl and still be.
I don't like to call people regular. That don't sound right. I don't like the word basic. I don't like the word regular. So you can just be a young lady or girl just trying to find your way, and you can still be a go-getter.
Okay.
You know? And we talk about like setting goals. We talk about vision. We talk about having a strong foundation. We talk about just everything. Money. We talk about money because that's important. We talk about relationships. We talk about paying it. Not like that. Not that relate. No, we actually do talk about that relation too, but not in depth because that's for the next book. Because this is a series. It's trademark, baby. So we license. Yes. No, it's. I'll let y'all know about that later. This is exclusive.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just here. We were
supposed to have a little segment about relationships, and SQ him and I. You know, we just need to do a separate show, and we'll talk about
Why gotta be separate? Okay.
Because he really be wanting to get into my life, and
I get into everybody's life. That's the point.
No, we're gonna give it to you in a separate.
I try to make
interview.
sense of it. You know, it gotta make sense.
We're going to do this in a separate interview. Right now we focus on the book, but we do have a chapter on relationships and stuff like that. So,
can I edit that chapter?
Can you what?
Can I edit that chapter?
Just
that chapter.
No. Because it doesn't just talk about relationships in the sense that you're talking about. It's relationships with individuals.
In general. Okay.
Yes, career-wise. It's just in general.
Important. Very important.
Very important.
Very
yes,
important.
It is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. And about paying it forward, too, because that's the biggest thing. Like, everybody, success is one thing. Being involved is another thing, but none of that matters if you're not
giving it back.
If you're not giving it back, if you're not paying it forward, if you're not mentoring other people, if you're not showing the next generation where to go and how to do it.
So this is directed towards 35 and under, high school girls?
Between 18 and 35.
Okay.
If you're younger, you can read it. If you're older, you can read it as well. But it's really just like millennials, teenagers, and young adults as well. So.
Okay.
And older people, too, because everybody trying to find their way.
Oh, look, she wants everybody to buy the book.
If you're trying to find your way, honey.
Everybody. Everybody. Just buy it.
If Oprah has friends that's trying to find her way, because I don't know if Oprah, you never know.
Let me ask you this question. Because, whenever we do something as black people, there's often that assumption that we're only doing it for black people.
Yeah.
Is your book directed at black girls, or is your book directed at women, period? Or you don't even address ethnicity or race?
Yeah, I don't. Surprisingly enough.
Say surprisingly.
Yeah, because everybody knows I don't know if everybody knows, but I am pro-black. Not that I'm not pro anybody else.
You like Issa? Who you here for?
I love me some Issa. I love me some Issa.
I'm here for everybody black. That's why I'm here.
No, I love that part. I really wanted to repost it, but I was like, okay, okay, that's her platform, not mine. You know what I mean? She might not get judged because she, up there. But anyway, I digress. But no, actually, I didn't mention anything about race. So it's for girls. I didn't really mention anything about age either. So it's for girls. It is for women of all races.
So if there's a 45-year-old out there who's trying to get it together, trying to figure out what's their next step in life, or just trying to find themselves, this is a great place for her to start.
This is a great place for her to start. And she doesn't necessarily have to be lost. You know what I mean? It's a guide, so it's a reference. It's a reference for even me.
Okay.
Because like I was saying, I did a lot of research. I listened to a lot of motivational stuff. I read a lot of self-help books. Yeah, I don't like to read that much.
Ask if she didn't read my books yet. So
I actually was reading this one chapter the other day.
What chapter? From my book?
Yes, from your first book.
Oh, from my first book. Okay.
What was it about?
It's 30 of them in there.
No, and there was an expert. It was an excerpt at the end that you was talking about somebody. And I thought it was funny because I was trying to picture who the person was. But anyway.
I want to know what you was reading. Now, hold on, y'all. Pause for a second.
It's the end of your book. You wrote like a little thing. I guess it was like a snippet for what was coming next. For your whatever next book.
For next book.
Well, clearly, things changed. But
okay.
It was like a little expert thing. It was cute. So I was just trying to figure out.
I have no idea what she's talking about. So back to the interview. Anyway, we're gonna go back and leave that alone.
I've known him for since 2001. So I was 17 years.
Jesus
So when
Christ.
we talk, it's not like an interview. You know what I mean? It's like we're talking. we you know what I mean?
We're
like
talking.
Friends who talk.
We're friends? No.
Did he try it? Is he trying it?
So hold on. No, I'm not trying you. So let me ask you this.
It's a privilege to know me since 2001.
Listen.
And I know that was an SQ line that I just
one
said.
Of my, that was. I was gonna give you credit for that, just like the one earlier. That's awesome. So let me ask you this. I can't get away without asking you. I know you see the climate in Hollywood. You've been a successful female for some time now. One, have you had to deal with any type of those issues? You can just say yes or no need for details. And two, what do you think can be done to reduce some of the harassments that we're seeing?
I don't think I've experienced something, because it doesn't matter if you're in Hollywood or if you're in corporate America, if you're a college student,
you a female in America.
Exactly.
Somebody done did something to you.
It don't matter how you look like. So anybody that think they ugly, you get somebody to holler at you. People that think they fine, you're gonna get a lot of people to holler at you.
You done been to any club in the world.
Okay.
You've been harassed.
Any club, white or black or Hispanic.
Okay.
You're gonna get harassed.
Respect that. At some point.
It's not that it's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, not that it's a good.
We can edit that part.
You don't gotta edit it. This is life.
Okay.
What's that called? Freudian slip?
Yeah. Stop it, I say.
That USF college education.
Okay. So
no, but you experienced some level. Thank God I haven't experienced like the level that they have experienced, and I really, my heart goes out to a lot of those women, because that is life changing. And those people, they want to have a successful career, and they're thinking that they're entering into a safe environment. Some people know what they're getting into, but but they don't. They know, but they don't. You know what I mean? And it's something that's not.
They think.
Yes.
And there's a difference between thinking and knowing.
Yes.
Very big difference.
So, I mean, I'm not sure what exactly they can do about it now that it's in the open. They know that there's consequences now. Before there weren't any consequences.
Yeah.
It was like you literally could ruin somebody's career if they said something about you.
True.
Really could. And you can elevate it, because some of those people did go on to win Oscars and stuff like that. So it's like,
there's a lot of people who having successful careers that ain't saying a word.
But some of them are saying something, but it's like, we're not going to go there. Okay.
Were you okay with it back then until you made it big, and now you got a problem with it?
Or they could have been fighting themselves with it, because they're like, well, they did help me. They did do what they said they was going to do.
So you felt guilty about...
So you felt guilty, yes.
Yeah,
but I think now people are feeling more comfortable, and there's more people. So like when they say, like, sometimes you think you're the only one that's going through it, then you realize other people...
Now that you know that there's millions and millions of people going through it.
So they have people to support them, and people aren't going to, like, oh, you tried to tear this man down. It seemed like everybody trying to tear the man down. They're like, hey, and I was wondering if they was gonna do him like Bill Cosby.
I remember you grabbed my butt 20 years ago. Yeah. You bastard.
Everybody remember it now. You know what I mean? And but I just think now that it's in the open, it's gonna be a lot easier. I think less people are gonna do it, or people are gonna try to find ways to get away with, like, more secret ways to get away with it.
I always say, more rules just creates better criminals. Yeah, kind of what I always say.
Because now they know what to look out for. You know what I mean?
Now they know.
So it's just.
I feel like now all the thoughts is finna make it in the world, because they not gonna fight back.
There's no such thing as thoughts. We can't. That's thought shaming. And we can't thought shame.
Wait a minute. How do you thought shame?
By calling.
How do you put trash in the trash? That's different.
I didn't say that. He did, y'all.
I did say that. How do you put trash in the trash? That's not thought.
That. You said that.
You can't thought shame.
You could thought shame by
calling a prostitute a hooker. Like,
she might not want to be called a hooker. She might think that she's the lady of the night.
So anyway, we gonna get off of euphemisms. There was a guy in Hollywood. I won't say his name because I can't remember his name, but it was the star of Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah.
He talked about how he believes that if these guys apologize, that they should be given second chances to come back. They shouldn't be ruined for life, and we should not do people like that. People should be allowed a second chance if they put the time in, whatever it be, counseling or apologizing, whatever it is. Do you agree with him?
This is when my blackness comes in, and I want to say that's privilege. Because let's talk about, if we're going to go there, we're going to have to go to all those men that was wrongfully accused in prison, that spent all those years in prison, that was falsely accused. Now they come out, all their rights are stripped away from them. They're not able to find a job. They can't vote. Then they end up going right back into the prison system. So what we going to do about all of them? We got to take care of them first. Then we can, talk about Mr. I touched somebody, and now I want a second chance. Like, there's some people that didn't do any violent crimes and had to suffer in prison and didn't get a second chance. So give them a second chance first, and then we'll work on you.
Okay. Well, before we get around to these people, one last question.
Yes.
You see my frat brother became GQ's Citizen of the Year.
I forgot he was a Kappa.
How you forget he a Kappa? Shame on you.
Kaepernick. I just thought about Kaepernick. Nobody ever said Kappa.
So talk to me. What are your thoughts on that? GQ making him
That's
the
right,
Citizen
GQ.
of the Year.
That's right, because the whole, you had the powers that be. We were talking about the power couple thing. You have the powers that be that was coming down on him, making it seem like what he was doing was wrong.
Okay.
And what they are doing is wrong. You know what I mean? What he was doing was not wrong. So it's good that a publication that's that powerful put him on a platform to be celebrated, as opposed to we don't need another black man being shot down, and he ain't even doing nothing that, he ain't killing nobody.
Issa. Come on, Issa.
Yes, Issa. Let's talk about this show.
Unapologetically black.
Yes, unapologetically black. I'm here for the black people. What she said?
That's what she said. Then she looked at her publicist. You got to watch my episode when I had Keisha. Keisha did it perfectly.
Yeah.
She said she looked at the publicist like, what? That's what I'm here for? Like, what are you talking about? Well, hey, thank you. I'm going to take the wireless mic. And shout out to the AKAs in the building.
Yes.
Got to give them some credit. I'm going to take the wireless mic. I'm going to take the other camera. And I'm finna walk around the room and introduce y'all to some.
Yes, and thank you so much, SQ, for having me. Congratulations on the show. Congratulations on your second book. Congratulations on everything. Congratulations on the marriage. I hope to see little what you used to call them?
Esquisha.
Esquisha.
Esquisha. We got an argument. My wife likes Esquitney, and I like Esquisha. So we be going back and forth between Esquitney and Esquisha.
It's like the lesser of two evils right now. I mean, to each his own.
Hey, there it is.
To each his own. Oh, follow me on social media.
Oh, yeah. Follow her on social media.
The book comes out in January. I'll be doing some pre-orders later this month and in December, and then the book comes out in January. Go to www.
I'll probably be hosting the book signing event. Definitely I'll be there.
I'm trying to find a woman, but yeah, no, we're not going to discriminate.
I'm going to say, why would you need a woman? The book is already about women. Why would you not have a brother up there?
Yeah, that's true. Even up the. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But Miss Ivy Box, that's MSIVYBOX, like mailbox.com, for any updates. And on all my social media, Miss Ivy Box on all my social media. So, link up with me, connect with me.
And it's Miss MS. It's
MS.
not MRS. So you single brothers out there, you still got a shot. Get off in the DM like Gotti. And please drop your degree and your net worth in your DM.
That doesn't really matter.
Okay.
That doesn't really matter.
Drop how many kids you got in the DM. Oh, and shout out to the Haitians.
Yeah, Sakafet. Come on, New Year. Shout out to Haiti. We'll talk about that later.
Talk about that next time.
Yes.
We finna go around the room. Next time we'll have a full interview, but this is more about the event. So,
yeah.
Want to say bye to the people?
Bye to the people.
Really? That's all you gonna say? Really?
No, y'all can follow me on Miss Ivy Box on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. That's me. And MissIvyBox.com. Stay connected with me so you can find out more about the book.
That's Miss. Remember, y'all. MS. we gonna get her and Yanni a man. That's my goal for 2017. We gonna get her.